Guys, it's Tony with Backwoods Biker Magazine and Wood Tramp Outdoors. It's late August, so we're starting to ramp up for the big buck challenge that's going to happen in the Mackinac River Basin and also in the Shawnee National Forest. That'll be happening in November, but we got to start planning now. So one of the things that keeps coming up are questions concerning what bow are we going to take out. And the truth of the matter is we're going to take out 4 this year, and so we want to be able to show you those. And some of you have never seen these before, and we definitely know one of them you haven't seen before. So hang tight and let's get this going. All right, guys, welcome back. Again, you know, we've had many questions, and one of the questions that we get is do we have any knowledge of any takedown bows that would have a tactical application to them? You know, kind of a weird question for us, you know. We work with wood tramps most of the time, although, you know, a good portion of you people that read the magazine and watch these videos, you have a military background or you're currently active, and some of you are actually deployed. We get those emails all the time. So thank you for your service and everything that you're doing, and get home safe. So here's the deal on these bows, all right? So a few years back, a company called Expectre out of Northern Illinois sent us this system, and this is a true system that's sitting in front of us right now. You see how small it is. This is one of the things that we really liked about it. It's compact. It's everything that you're going to need, 100%. You don't have to get anything else in order to be able to use this kit. This is a kit, and there are options that are in here that you don't get with the base model, I don't think. But this was sent to us, and that was the first thing. So we opened it up, we thought, wow, man, that thing is very, very small. I wonder if it's going to be able to do the deed. And, you know, the second thing that really attracted us was the price. At that time, it was under $100, and I think at this time, this model, and this is called the Nomad, I believe, is $109. It comes with the bow and a bowstring, and I'm not sure if arrows come with this, but this particular model did. But it can fit under your seat of your vehicle, whether it's a car or your truck. It can fit in the saddlebag of a motorcycle, and of course, you know, small as it is, it can fit in almost any backpack. And I don't have the weight on it right now, but it doesn't weigh, you know, that much. You know, maybe 3 pounds, maybe 4 pounds at tops, and that's with everything that's in here. So I'm going to show that to you right now. Okay, so the way that this got on our radar is I'm taking this stuff out. I'm just going to tell you how it got on our radar. We got contacted by a fella that is a motorcycle enthusiast. He was also deployed at the time that he was introduced to Backwoods Biker. And he reached out to us and said, hey, you know, this would be a great ad for motorcyclists, you know, to have the ability to be able to shoot a bow while you're on your, you know, traveling on your motorcycle. And one thing led to another, and we found out what he did there. I'll just put it this way: he had a very, very important covert style of job, and he took this bow along with him to help him do his job. So just let me show you right now what comes with this. This is the riser, and there are 4 other components that goes with this riser. You get these limbs here. The notch will tell you where they go, and then of course once you get these in right, then these go on the end. You see where it has the knock for the bowstring, and once you get that, you know, you're pretty much there. Now when we were messing with this, we were going, hey man, that thing's kind of awful janky for us, you know, but once you get the pressure on this, man, these things tighten up and they're going nowhere. I can tell you, we've probably shot this bow at least 150, if not 200 times. And it's been out on a few hunts, I know of for sure. And the bow's very accurate, it's light, it's easy to shoot. And I think this one has a 45 or 50 pound pull to it. But, you know, and it comes with 2 extra limbs, by the way. And then also it came with 4 takedown arrows. These are made in Mexico. These are not American made, USA made arrows, but they do the job. They're okay. Also in this particular kit came the bowstring. You got that. And then there was this tin of, and I think these are USA made, and these are made by Steel Force, and they're very, very good. Match well with the spine on these. These are high carbon, 100% high carbon arrows. So, I mean, there's your kit. That includes this ballistic nylon quiver that they actually build in their shop, and this is modular. I mean, these things can come right off if you want them to. I don't. You know, we leave them on here. That's modular. This thing here is modular. But the sheath itself, I mean, if you had to get out and buy the sheath yourself, you're probably talking $70, $75 for this sheath. And everything together here, when we reviewed it, was less than $100. Oh, excuse me, no, that was the bow itself. But everything set up was less than $150 with all the arrows and all the broadheads and things like that. But you can see how simple this all is, you know. And as I said, compact is what got our attention. You know, I mean, if you are a motorcyclist or an e-biker and you're looking for a way just to throw a quick way to be able to take down some game, right here you can do that. You can use the field points, or you can use the broadheads. Doesn't matter. But I mean, I think right now the bow itself is still like right at $100, maybe just a little bit over $100. And you know, to us, that was a great price for what you get here. And you know, we've had a lot of people try to get this out of our possession, and we just say no. You know, we're keeping a hold of this. You know, so again, right there is the whole thing. You know, so that's one of the bows that we're taking down, and it does have a tactical application. So the next bow, this one comes from a company that's called Survival Archery Systems, SAS, and I think it's survivalarcherysystems.com. And I think this is his Ranger bow. And again, you know, this was recommended for us to reach out to him. We dropped the article. We published the article on the Expectre Nomad, and somebody out there that was deployed read the magazine and said, hey, look, this is what I got. So we reached out to Doug Shadwell, the owner of SAS, and said, hey, look, we'd like to include you guys in this article. And Doug ended up sending us a couple different bows, and this is the one that I still have in my possession here at the shop. And I think this is called his Ranger bow, but I mean, that's it in all its glory. You saw how big it is. So it's bigger, you know, than the Expectre bow. You can see that. You know, it's probably at least 8 inches longer. Okay, and then when you get this out, you have to take off these limbs, right? And you have to flip them around to work. Take out the arrows. I do that first usually. Yeah, it comes with 2 or 3 takedown arrows, and these are good Easton arrows, by the way. That was one of the things that I appreciated about this. All right. Alright, that's all the arrows, and these are 400 grain. Of course, they're fiber arrows. Okay. Now, we're going to take this pin out. And I have shot this particular bow on several occasions. Yeah, you got to flip that around. You know, once this is put together, you've got a great system. You truly do. It does a great job. Okay. And I'll put that back in. Alright. But it doesn't really like to work with that in there. I remember that now, yeah, okay. It doesn't really like that in there. So then you got to take the other one off. Now, this is something that you would have to do. What I've learned is that if you put the bolt through this side on this limb, you need to do it on the opposite side on this limb. Okay, this is machine grade aircraft aluminum, and Mr. Shadwell is a automotive engineer. That was his background. But there it is. So you can see it's a little bit bigger than the Nomad. Not a little bit bigger. It's quite a bit bigger. But I believe this is a 55-pound pole bow. It's rugged, man. I mean, nothing's moving on here. And that was one of the things that we were talking about whenever we were comparing the bows. Is that it was you know, rock solid, heavy duty, you know, shoots very straight, very accurate. Stacking on it, you know, just depends on you. You know, it can stack on you pretty quick if you're not careful. But we enjoyed this dude, and it does the deed. Now, what we didn't like about it was, you know, we had a couple of these bolts come loose. The male side of it, the little bolt or little nut. It wasn't a nut. It was a bolt that went in. It fell out twice, and we were lucky that we had a magnet with us at the time. Guy had a magnet in his kit, and dragging around found it. Otherwise, we'd have been down. It will shoot without it as long as you got that main bolt in there. But I mean, who likes shooting a weapon that has some parts missing on it? But as I said, it comes with, or no, these no longer come with arrows. You got to buy your arrows. But they're very reasonably priced. I believe this bow right here is right around $175, maybe $200. I can't remember which. Don't quote me on that. We'll put it up on the screen for you there. But comes with a bowstring. You know, you get a bowstring with it, and this quiver, right? This is a shoulder or back carry quiver that you can also put it on your backpack with bungees or mollies or whatever. But you know, overall, it's a great takedown bow, great tactical bow. You know, if you're looking to be able to pack a bow out into your pack, it's going to take a taller pack. We use the Kelty Falcon because of the fact it was a little bit bigger. So again, now in order to put this away, you have to be able to put this together like so. And we have found that putting these arrows in first makes your life a little easier as you get towards the end. Okay. Oops, got one of the plugs down there too. Now SAS makes several different varieties of takedown bows. I think their flagship bow is called the Atmos, or at least it was. And we've never seen one of those. We would have liked to have seen those. We really would have liked to take it out this year because we got a wooden longbow that we're taking out with us. Okay, then this guy goes just like this. Can't make that mistake. And this is the little guy that fall out if you're not careful. You gotta always tighten that thing up when you're out in the field. And last but not least, we've got this plug. I said last but not least, but that's not true. We got a piece of Velcro that keeps this from flopping open on you. All right. There he is. And this goes right back down in here. So that's the second bow that we're going to be taking out. Again, great takedown bow. It's a little bit bigger. It could fit under your seat. Now, I want to show you this guy again. This is the Hickory Creek Archery vertical inline crossbow, and you can see you don't shoot it like this, you shoot it like this. This is by far, everybody here says the same thing. This is by far our favorite crossbow. It's better than anything else that might be out there. Matter of fact, I mentioned the Big Buck Challenge. Last year during the Big Buck Challenge, I ran into a guy that had just bought a 10-point, and he spent high dollar for it. And he took a look at my bow. He fired it a few times, and these are like $850 out the door, you know, set up, ready to go. And I think that includes some arrows as well. Don't quote me on that. But his bow was close to two grand he paid for that bow. He wanted to trade me Eden up. And he knew what I paid. I told him what they were. I tried just to get him to buy one from Jerry Goff. But, you know, this has been well thought out. This is one of the most phenomenal pieces of archery engineering in many, many years. Jerry's not an engineer. He's not a designer at all. He was a boxer of all things. Yeah, he was a boxer, and matter of fact, he told me that, and it's on YouTube where he boxed Mike Tyson, but did very, very well. Most people didn't. But when it come to this, he knocked this out. And I can tell you, at 50 yards, this will be straight as a string, and it'll take down anything that you might want to hunt. These are, I believe these are 300 grains, and yeah, we got some spring arrows in them. But these are great. No, these are 245. That's what that says. Victory Force 245. Yep. No, these are 300. These are 300. That's what these are. Got some lighted knocks on here, you know. So this guy's hunt several times. And it's crazy because every time that you take it out with cameras, we don't get anything. When we don't, this will take down anything on the North American continent, including grizzly bears on down. And you don't have to get up close and personal, you know, to tag him either. Like I said, you can hit big game anywhere from 40 to 50 yards, very, very safely and cleanly. You know, you're not going to find a better crossbow than this. So this is the guy that's going to go out with this also. All right. So I'm not going to hang that back up at this time, but yeah, get out on hickorycreekarchery.com and check out the Mini, and it's on our channel a couple of times. But you know, the reason we're taking this out is because it's my favorite. And I was telling Jerry, you know, people that work with us are always coming and getting this bow because they love it. They're leaving their stuff home and they're coming, they're borrowing this. So I'm hoping to be able to use it. I've also talked about purchasing another one from Jerry, you know, but like everybody else, he's pressed for supply chain issues as well. Plus he's out on the road a lot. All right, so now, this is the fourth bow that we're going to be taking with us. And I can't tell you a lot about performance on this guy because it literally just came in the door. I'm thinking last week, maybe the week before. I can't remember. But this is the RD Bones made by Shatterproof Archery. And I want to be able to tell you that Kramer Ammons is the owner of the company. His brother Kasdan works for him, and they have one other employee. And this happens to be that group. They fall in with that group that I'm calling the new pioneers of the outdoors. You know, guys that are under 30 years old, between 20 and 30 years old. And I think that they are right in their mid-20s, and they have a friend that works with them as well. But we had heard a lot about this guy and the new bows that he was making. And this is it right here. And we've looked over this thing with a fine-tooth comb, and he uses Osage with this, and he's got fiberglass laminate. He's got 3 layers of laminate in the middle here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if you count the other 2 on the other side. But this is a beautiful, beautiful long bow. And what comes with it is the bow, and it comes with a string, right? And these are retailing for $549. And he just started making these. Or not making them, he just started making them available after years of research and development. His brother was telling me, Kasdan was telling me that he went through like 50 different tries of building these until he finally got it to where he wanted it, you know. The RD stands for reflex, deflex, and bones because it's the bare bones. You know, there's bows out there that we have seen, handmade bows, that this would stand up against that are $1,200. That's a lot. This one here is $549. And again, you know, I have no data on what it's going to shoot like, but everybody that I know that has had one of his bows in their hand says the guy is the real deal. And so we are looking forward to it. Now, as I said, it comes with a bowstring, and he makes all of his own bowstrings, and what a great job that he does. I love these. And just to make it dummy proof, maybe you just send it for me like this. This is top loop, so it doesn't go on the bottom. All right, but those these are beaver fur silencers. Those are optional, and I think those are well worth. I think he charges $9 for those. Well worth that. Then he just started making these too. He's got these 2 leather products. And I think this is, you know, armbands. This one, I forget, I think this is Browning. But this is a Chinese-made guy. You know, it's a ballistic nylon. It's adequate. But it cuts into everybody's arm, especially if you happen to get sweaty. This is all leather, and you're talking about, you know, superb. You know, it's adjustable, easy to get on and off. And I don't know what this costs here. Let me see if there's a price on here. Yes, $35 for this guy, right? And then also, he's making gloves as well. And I love these little 3-finger firing gloves. You know, I'll have to work them in with some bush butter and then form them to my fingers. Because I am going to be shooting this bow myself. Right? Look at this. I mean, they've got it down. They know what they're doing, and he's been going at it for a while, but he's been trying over and over and over and over again. Now I know people are going to ask me. The pound on this it's 50 pounds, and I believe that it is about 58 inches, something like that. But man, you talk about a beautiful bow. Look at this. Superb craftsmanship. It comes in a felt case, and I encouraged him to get out there and buy himself some cases to be able to sell with these things here. You know, the little imperfections that you'll find in here and there, but it's handmade, man. It is handmade, and for a handmade bow, $549 that performs like this. And again, that's all about reputation. People writing us and saying, hey, you know, you need to get Shatterproof Archery in there. You know, this guy named Kramer Ammons, you need to get him, you know. So I think that we dropped an introductory article in the August issue, yeah, and that August issue should be out just shortly. And we are going to interview, as soon as we get done shooting this thing, we're going to, which will happen here in the next week or so, it's on the schedule. We're going to get Kramer, the builder, the owner of the company, on the phone to interview him, find out more about that. So that is the 4 bows that we're going to be taking out with us for the Big Buck Challenge. Look forward to that. We're going to have to find us a case for this here. I don't like carrying it around in the felt. But we're going to be taking the 2 tactical takedown bows, the Hickory Creek Archery vertical mini inline crossbow, superb, and we're going to be taking this guy here. So I appreciate those questions, and appreciate you hanging out. This is kind of a longer video. So if you got any more questions about it, just let us know. In the meantime, all the websites will be up there for all these companies. Get out there, check them out, and be on the lookout for the magazine. So if you've not subscribed to the channel, do that for us, and like us, hit that little thumbs up there. We appreciate it. And when you become a subscriber, we'll put you in our monthly database where we draw out your names. We draw out names every month for free stuff. We give a lot of bush butter away because everybody's always asking for it. I mean, there's so many uses for this, you know. Bowstrings. It's good for bowstrings, by the way. All right. Till next time, you guys ride free, you live free, and as always, you be safe.